exit style, I would say. Already sufficiently behind. Oh well. And we don't have long in terms of practice actually before this race. Because the practice session is only 15 minutes. It's only 15 minutes and we've already wasted about 10 of those. Would you kindly connect to my pedal cam? Thank you very much. Okay. Hold on. And we will use, I think this is night mode. Oh wait, wrong window again. I think that is night mode. Yeah, that's on brightening. I have the lamp on already and everything. This should be fine. We just need to now launch. Actually, we need to briefly launch ACC as well, I guess. Not just launch ACC, I need to briefly check the password. Copy that password and get on that server now. Under some time pressure. Yes, I procrastinated making the thumbnail beforehand, so it took longer to get everything going. Okay, well then. I remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines, thank you. Yes. I know what to do. If the bots know what to do, well, that's a different question. SRXP. Indy. Connect. Pretty sure we probably have the... Yeah, we're on the wrong scene because... Oh, and I forgot this would be probably a rain race. I forgot that part. Right. Yeah, because let's just briefly go through, I know I don't have technically the time, but we can just briefly do this anyway. Where does, okay. 24:04 and 0 rain. 0? You sure, simracing.gp, that's 0 rain. Yes, it's 0 rain. Well, that's interesting. We have 04 cloud level, 24 degrees, 4 randomness, 0 rain. There should be no rain. According to those calculations, there should not be rain. In most, okay, qualifying and the races Sunday 18 and 1900. Sunday 1800, 30 minutes at session, 90 minutes, Sunday 1900. Right. Pretty sure. Oh, wait. It's a race. Okay. So. Well, there's mixed conditions in most sessions, actually. Not most, what I'm saying. The race is predicted to be 73% dry, 22% mixed, and 5% full wet. Yeah, okay. Well then. What temperature range do we expect here for the race? About 24 degrees going downwards. Well, it will be interesting for sure. It is wet and it's gonna dry off in less than half an hour, but well, it's practice right now, so it doesn't matter too much. Yep, I do have my setup still from last time I drove here. Some minor adjustments in the setup. Probably something I want to do is like put Type 2 pads on the car. I have 94% brake power. Goodness gracious, I would like to try that out on in the dry most likely, because I might need to like adjust that in some way, shape or form. It's just these wet conditions are not like conductive really to good practice. Right. It's like I can test the car out on the track. Sure, let's just briefly reload the set, put wet tires on the car. And let's just do some exploration laps, right? Nothing too serious. Gonna use the same pressures I used. I mean, you've all pressured there. Sorry, give I think series 7 down, I think, on the tires. Pressures I used last night for running in the wet. You probably want for wet conditions lower brake power. That should all add then together. Hello. Oh, wait. Right, I don't have mappings on my controller now. Right now. Controls. Yep, that input device is disconnected. Ignition. Starter. Okay, because I had to remap those last night. Right then. Okay. But now all of the other mappings still work. Well, well, well. 5 minutes remaining, we're on wet tires. For bits here. Oh yeah, well, in wet conditions I should probably switch the rain light on. I'll add it as well. Right, okay. Hello there, how are you doing? I'm observing the weather phenomenon rain again. Oh, I'm driving also on pad type 1, which is just murderous in these conditions. I should probably run the Radeon in pad type 2 just in case we'll hit rain in the middle of it. Yep. I did just run the... When I joined the server and saw rain, I ran the weather calculations for this race. Just briefly over the weather sim side, and according to that, it should not really rain. We have the weather settings are 24 ambient, 0 for cloud cover, 0 rain, but 4 weather randomness. And that all adds together to produce all in all, that produces what was it? That all in all produces about 2 or so % of sessions that are full wet. You have 22% about mixed sessions. And then you have 70% full dry. According to that. But I mean, according to the weather simulation, we should have had a rain chance for the 24 hours of 22% of having any rain whatsoever in that session. And we had 3 rain showers instead of 0. So... I don't know, Chief. Sounds to me like, in that sense, mixed. We'll likely see some mixed conditions there for a race. Although I don't think necessarily guaranteed wet.
Clear on the right.
Downshift prevention, yeah, that isn't annoying. It is damn annoying, especially when you're coming from RF2 where it doesn't exist, or yes, nowadays it actually exists in the sim. There is downshift protection. But when I coming from a sim that didn't have it at the time, downshift protection can really start going on your nerves. However, these days my bigger issue with gear shifts is that sometimes my pedal shifters just don't actuate. And this thing has very long gear ratios. This car it is very much at times struggling to put it back into the low gear. But I guess it allows you to go very early for the downshifts, even if you're like not actually like the downshift protection isn't particularly aggressive on this car, despite the long gear ratios and everything. So I'm pretty used to this car. I think with the KTM I've really struggled. Like the KTM wasn't particularly good with the downshift protection. Like you just had absolutely no chance at times against it. Downshift protection just forced you constantly just hit the downshift protection on it. And with this thing, like, mainly drives on 3rd and 4th gear in most corners. And doesn't even use first. It's like, yeah, this is fine. Actually pretty fun. I don't remember with which car I really struggled in this sim. But AC also has downshift protection on modern cars, so... And I've had my run-ins with the downshift protection there as well. But yeah, at least you don't grill engines that way. Although I have heard people actually blowing engines in ACC, which I find amazing to pull off. Like, RF2 is so much more unforgiving in terms of this stuff. Not just in over-revving the car, but like, you hit a wall and your engine is dead. The likelihood of you causing terminal damage to your car is very high. Surprisingly, the car works really well right now in these conditions. But I mean, I don't think I'm driving particularly quick, so that's the problem. Yeah, let's just pull over because the timer's anyway up. So, right. Okay then. Let's wait for it to tick over into a qualifying, and then... Actually, I could just adjust the tire pressures briefly. This needs to be sliced down, I think 0. And the track is wet actually, but it's... this is gonna be a fun session, I can tell already. This is gonna be a really fun session because the track is gonna be drying off mid-session. Yeah. This is a really interesting qualifying here. The track will go faster as it continues. Most likely. Close the brake ducts. I think I will run this brake power level. Brake bias probably backwards. Yes, a decent amount of rain coming down right now. So we'll have a wet qualifying as well. While we're at it. Headlights on. I mainly want to explore and get the pressures halfway down dialed in, even though it's very clear that within the next 10 minutes the rain will reduce. So we will likely have actually a drier track towards the end of the session than the beginning. So we really need to just keep in it. It will make the qualifying relatively random at this point. We shall see. Red pass is visible. I did not check if we actually have to do a tire swap in the middle of the race. I know there's a mandatory pit stop. I think it is with changing tires, but I'm not 100% sure. Ooh. Yeah, I can go relatively deep on the brake pedal before it starts locking up at all times. But I definitely need to clean up my act compared to the race last night in the wet there. And completely overshot on there. So I applied the brake too much and locked up immediately. Oh well. Tire pressures are relatively high, interestingly enough. Thing is, we might not have enough GT4s to really move water off the track. Although who knows how wet the conditions really are here. Maybe it does actually get reduced due to cars moving around. Whoever thought this track config was good for GT racing? Well, ask the whoever runs the American GT series, because they have hosted an 8-hour race here. Actually, I think IGTC specifically actually have hosted here an 8-hour race. So yeah, those guys thought that this config is a good config. Unironically. So yeah, you figure 54 there. Don't know what that would be in the position. Just not snatching the brakes and the thing immediately stops in time. Yeah, they thought that this was a good idea. I mean, is it better than getting launched over that curb there for the chicane to the back straight? Like, I think this dogleg here is definitely a better layout in that sense, and Luckily we don't have to fight the track limits here, because in the RF2 version of this track, on the layout that uses the dogleg, you have to mind the white line there, which is cancerous. It's just absolute cancer, that white line. Track limits there. But yeah, obviously the final chicanes and stuff, that is part of the Indy road course layout, because they stopped sending cars around the final corner banked anymore. After Formula 1 decided to... Well, Michelin decided to not bring tires that survived the banking. Just French skill issues there. Right then, okay. 1.7 seconds off the pace. Yikes. Probably staying third might be a better idea, just to prevent wheel spin and everything. Ah, no! There was so much time in this lap and I just fucking blew it on this corner. Like a complete buffoon. However, we do know there's a lot of time on the lap. Like at least 1.5 seconds, I would say, nearly. Probably early up gear might be a decent idea. Yeah, Iversen is about 1.5 seconds faster than me right now, so we're in a bit of a need to improve. Not as fast for turn 1 as previously. God damn it. Oh, actually, this is now my reference time, isn't it? Right, it is my delta, so I actually drove as fast for turn 1 as previously. But then I threw now a bit of time away. Alright then. And I barely went positive despite saving a heap of time there. F. That's pathetic as all hell. Early fourth. It's a good idea. Still getting a bit of time. We have a few more laps remaining. Ah, too fast into turn 1. And that's this lap blown, basically. Come on, I need a lap where I don't have a massive mistake in it. The funny thing is, we're still lapping sub 2 minutes. Despite these conditions and everything. Wheel spin out of this corner in second gear. I want to walk on the throttle, but like there's no throttle response, and then suddenly you get wheel spin. I'm pretty sure the track is drying off slowly. We have 2 more laps. Time for 2 more laps as long as I don't make a massive error. Not again! Oh, fuck off! I would love to not have a massive sideways moment into turn 1. Thank you very much. And now people are starting to come back out to do hot laps. Some people might have come in to put lower pressure tires on. And they're now improving. Yeah. Pretty sure the track is getting faster. Actually, despite taking the corner right, I barely made any gains again. Lost time there because I was a bit too cautious on the throttle. I wasn't quite pointing where I needed it to go. Man, how much time they've gotten out of their laps, and I've barely made any fucking inroads whatsoever into the lap. This is great. It's actually the last string what I needed.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
The GT3s are coming right behind me. Because I'm on my final flyer, but I started it with very little time left on the clock. So they exited immediately the pit lane and are now running up on the back of me. But be aware, guys, I'm gonna report anyone who fucking as much as attempts to pass me on this lap. I don't give a shit. Wo ist der Exit für den Corner there?
Well, not mate. That's not fast as slow.
And Iversen is on pole. The last thing I needed was him to be on pole. It's like, for fuck's sakes. He edged out Qualy onto pole position there. Oh, god damn it. Track has now gone damp actually. So yeah, my theory of like staying out for the last moment. At least I maximized my potential, and that lap was actually pretty solid, I would say. But I don't know where the fuck these Alpines are getting their pace in the wet. Like, they're fast as fucking wet. I just about figured out how to get the car to stop and everything for turn 1, and got it to quite work, I think, decently well. You could say I'm satisfied with it, really. Honda's good enough, I suppose. I'm gonna slice a bit more pressure out of the tires. That should do the trick for like a wet set briefly. And you need to run fuel calculations. And then fine. We have a bit of downtime obviously now while the GT3s are qualifying. So yeah, we can just briefly run some fuel math and stuff. And also check here briefly. So there is no mandatory tire change. Refueling is allowed. You're forced to do 1 pit stop, but you're not forced to actually do any mandatory refueling, tire change, or driver swaps. Well, that is very interesting indeed. Huh. Very interesting indeed. Because this means I will probably take just about enough fuel to get to the end of the race. The problem is, how much fuel would I need for, like, dry condition for 90 minutes? I'm pretty sure the fuel consumption should be higher then. What was lap times in dry? Oh, don't know either. That's a bit painful. I mean, we could actually, yeah, we could check lap records briefly here. My personal lap record is a 44 with the Maserati, okay. That gives me an idea at least. Of how much my lap times were. 90 minutes divided by memory recall, okay. So dry condition, the race would be about 52 laps. Maybe a bit more, 54 roughly. With about 1.86 what the fuel consumption is. Let's go with 1.95. With 105 liters. In dry. If we however go to wet conditions, this is what we had just now. What was my qualifying time? Qualifying time was what time did it wasn't qualifying? 49.5. Okay. Actually, let me briefly hit drive and switch windscreen wrap off. Because it's annoying. So, alright, return. Right, more GT3 win. More what's GT3? More GT3 cars? Yeah, So with wet conditions, so 49 divided by 60 plus 1, and that then divided by 90 through that. That is 49 laps. Let's just run actually the VMR for 49 laps. Just for the sake of like wanting to figure this out. So I'm not gonna use the same fuel number, and that is 95 liters. So yeah. Depending on how wet it is, we need about 10 liters more or less. The thing is, if it goes dry, if I have a completely dry race, right, we know that from the beginning. If we have a changing race from wet to dry, if we can just swap over to the dry tire, we swap over to dry tires, and at that point we can take the fuel that we actually need. So what we could do is just I mean, I need a bit of extra fuel to make safe. I'm getting to the end. I could just take about like 100 liters or so into the fuel tank, and in case we need a bit more because it goes dry, we can just take another 10 or so, 10-20 liters in the pit stop, because, well, if it's changing to dry, the conditions, we can just, you know, refuel. If we need more fuel, we can just take more fuel in the pit stop. It solves the problem effectively. In general, and we don't even lose time if we change tires, because you don't lose time. Right. Okay then. We need a few different strats. We need one strat that includes wet tire pressures. So we can ready that. And then see, that is the wet set. And then load the dry setup again. 20.1, 21.4, 20.6, 22. Right. So 20.1, 21.4. The 20.2 on the rear left, and then 22. I think, if I remember my pressures now correctly. Save, yes. And briefly reload this set, just to make sure I've got the right pressures again. And 21.6, okay. Slight error. Within the margin of my own error. So 20.6. Okay. So off a wet set. I mean, I don't technically need a strat for a wet tire. Just need a strat technically for a dry tire. On this one. And then we have this. We need on the other one a strat for dry tire, we need a strat for wet tires on the dry setup, which would be 25.6, 21, 21, and 26.8. Yeah, that's definitely weird trial pressures that I made there. Yeah. Then the dry set. Second strat, but wet tire ones. 25.6, 26.1, 26.1, and then 26.8 it was, I think. Right. Okay. Let's swap to wet tires. Want pad type 2 on there. We're gonna fill in about... We can only fill 110 liters anyway into the fuel tank of the car. That's interesting to know. We're gonna put 105 in there. And then save it as this. Right. So we have a wet set, we have a dry set. Immediately ready for when the race starts. Right, okay, it tells me just no, there's slick tires all the time. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's damp, so it's... Let's say it's perhaps a stretch, but I mean, well, times 41.3, yeah. Game, you're optimistic. 41.3 is just behind the switchover point. That's correct. It shows it is definitely optimistic there. But this guy's actually still running wet tires. You might not know that. You need to switch at 42 over. Yeah, this guy's also running wets. Here we don't know. Again, with the Audi we don't know. So dash doesn't show it up. This dash does show it. And he's on dries. Kodaman is on dries. Let's see what he can do. Track has now gone to greasy. Okay. He's driving out of the pits, or into the pits actually. There's nothing gonna happen here. Well, Tebovsek, you're bringing great shame onto the Ferrari nation because Ferrari should lock out the front row in this top 16th. Shame. As somebody who has driven the Ferrari here. But also the SRXP being the usual kinds of like, we have a... not that... Sorry, Paul, because that wasn't meant like this. That could be clipped out of context. No, what I mean is Audi, 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 and Audi, 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 and Audi. Fucking could you guys pick something else? Okay, we have three Porsche. Not much. We have 3 BMW M4s. We have 1 Ferrari. We have 1 Aston. And we have 1 Lambo. And the rest is fucking Audis. We have 20 cars. Is that actually 50% Audi? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's over 50%. That's over 50% Audi. Yikes. 50% of the grid is made up of Audis again. Should we likely have actually a dry race because we're going 1 hour later than the qualifying, so it's probably half an hour later than this. So there's Kodaman. How are you doing, pal? Are you gonna improve now? So yeah, we're likely gonna start a dry race. But that's gonna actually be cancerous for us because my tires lasting 90 minutes is gonna be hell. So yeah, the Alpines are just gonna completely dominate and I will drop to P3 in the championship likely. I think I'm already predicting the outcome at this point. Come on, I believe in you, Mr. Kodaman. Boom, P4 man! You did the right call here with dry tires. You did the right call on the dries. Well, this guy is also still on a lap, but he's stuck behind the slow Audi. So probably not gonna improve on his lap time. It's 4/10 of the provisional pole, and just demoted down to P3. Yeah, just a balance at this point because he had been held up the entire thing. Right then, okay. Or maybe the rain comes back. Who knows? Hello, could I kindly escape? Okay, mandatory pit stop. Yeah, penalties coming in. Wait a second. I didn't get one. I mean, I got 2 penalty points last race, so I should have won. Or did I run my math wrong? Okay, I mean, we need to load the dry set in any case, because it's dry. Duh. The track is green. Oh yeah, my green my setup here is probably for way hotter conditions than what we're running in here, so my dry tire pressures are probably all fucked. Come to think of it. Probably all fucked. That's fun to just figure out for the race. I'll go down, click on the brake power front. Even dry conditions, I think that might make sense. Right then, to be honest, the Porsche is the only GT3 car that sounds good anymore. The 2 others that sound okay are the Audi and the Lambo, but the rest just sounds so sad and disappointing, like the writer. The writer sounds good. Okay, in any case. I mean, yeah, like, I don't have much of a reply to that, besides agreeing. Blumen is starting from the back. I don't think he has actually a... Right, I've got my penalty finally. I had to remind them that they forgot to run the math on me. Thought for a second that I might get away without it. Or that I made a mistake. Right, okay, anything else I need to do in the set? I think I have everything. Oh yeah, right, I want to... Perhaps I need to, on the dry set here, apply the tire pressure that I just configured. Right then, okay. We perhaps turn the load beams on already. I mean, if they had configured a stint time, it would be kind of cooler because I could just come in and not do any stuff. Which is quicker, quite a bit, than actually falling into the box and going up and down the jacks. So that is actually time costing. Okay. Well then, 90 minutes here we come. On a single set of the Ryzen most likely. Especially because I have... Oh yeah, I have to also observe the 10 second when I stop. I should have probably taken the fuel then out of the car. Right, what's the weather predictions? Dry for the next 30 minutes at least. I know the start will be... Oh, come the fuck on! Stop doing this bullshit where you pass people. Like, come the fuck on. I'm already as far forward as you can be without getting into the teleport area. And this guy is still like, yo, let's pass him. It's like, fuck off. Stay actually behind. Yeah, I mean, sound-wise, I do like the boat, actually, I think. I like my boat in general, but I think the sound is okay probably on that one as well. Right, this one has to actually go relatively fast because I think we have not much time to actually grid up on this track. Perfectly in position already. Well, that worked. Well, I definitely need some luck here.
Green light, give it all you can. Car on the left, clear on the left. Car on the left, clear on the left.
Audi's got by. Iversen's getting a bit close there with from the right side of this.
Car on the left.
And there goes Iversen.
Clear on the left.
Off into the grass.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Just fast Audis. Oh fucking hell! Why did you close the door? Fucking idiot, for fuck's sakes.
Clear on the left.
God damn it, you bloody git.
Clear on the left.
Ah, it's my fault still, but like, fuck, I was fucked at the point that I pressed the brake pedal. And you were like, yeah, let's close the door and fuck him over completely. Oh, but the brakes really don't want to work right now. Ah, I forgot that it will happen when I put the fuel back in and I'll have no brakes again. I forgot that part. Fuck. It fucks with me big time. I had a good start till I fucked it up. Ah. Patch of this guy now finally. Oh, brakes! Fuck! Great, awesome. This is going fucking great. Nothing wants to work. Come on, shitbox. I've dropped multiple positions now because this thing doesn't stop. You pass a Porsche around the outside because you have no brakes.
Clear on the left.
That was a squeeze and a half from me. At this point, I can't. I'm taking any prisoners anymore. Brakes, just fucking come alive and stop seizing constantly. Also, I have very high tire pressures on some wheels. P6, I still need to implement that. The other Audi just went straight. Oh, hey, I actually got stopped for turn 1, way better than I expected. Oh, come on, shitbox turn at least for the fucking second round already. Oh, fucking hell. It's really annoying how I've constantly run into him in this season. It's just constantly issues. Not really his fault specifically. It's just the Audis have constantly been in the wrong place at the wrong time for me.
Yellow flag is sector 1.
And Iversen is by the Ginetta already. I still have to pass the Audi. Close the gap down a bit, but it's still requires me to pass him. Could I get second, please? Brakes, please. Come the fuck on. And now we're starting to suffer from a bit of lag. If we go defensive, that makes it easier for me because I can just pass on the outside.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Ooh, that was close. Brakes! Why do they sometimes just not work? This is the same braking mark as always, and just like, nope, this time not working. This time quitting on you again. For fucking sakes, I hate it. I'm still biting my teeth out on some stupid Audi that clearly is slower than me. It's just I cannot get by him. Just sitting in the way. Brakes? Why the fuck do you not do anything? This is the right braking marker again, and they didn't work.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Nah, fam, that was a fair and square pass there. Completely fair and square. You shot wide that corner, that gave me enough room on the inside to cut in the you. I had absolutely every right. Nope, you cannot claim anything against that pass, that was fair. You can complain about the first incident, that is on me. Even if I yelled at you. It was my fault. This pass was fair and square. You didn't particularly give me on lap 1 also put much room when I went for similar pass, so there's that. Right. Dispatching now of Tiger. So we can finally get clear. And go after the Alpines. He should be a bit easier because he shouldn't be too stupidly fast on the straight. Oh, he is faster for corners! Fuck off, brakes! Shit, just stop already! Such a struggle to stop for that one corner now. Because I locked both left side tires up completely while braking for it. I guess you're not putting up a fight. Or you know full well that I need to back out because otherwise I slam into your side. Not the way I like it, but let's just get by here, so. I know I can't really dive bomb into this corner because brakes suck. Brakes! Come the fuck on!
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I've done that already. I've moved the brake bars already rearwards. The problem is in that specific corner is that I lock both tires up. Both left side tires get locked up. Now that locked front tires up. Let me finally get some clear already. Yeah, thanks. It's not like I choose to not steer. Problem is I need to turn for corners, and I do need to tail brake. It's just that one corner didn't want to stop. I don't know. Brakes, please, for fuck's sake, just stop already. Because I'm not the only one who struggles to just get stopped for that bloody corner. And now we have Maserati behind us again. This might just turn out to be Brands Hatch 2.0 again. Where the Alpine can just escape in front and I'm getting stuck with Maserati. For the 13th time. It's not fun and it seems not to be fun. Also, I have way too much fuel on board. No rain on the horizon. As we don't... So I don't need a pit stop in time. I can just pit at whatever time I want to. There's no pit window. Iversen lapping 42.1s. Krejci is 12 seconds for fuck's sakes in front. Like that is fun. Fucking OP Alpines here. I had hopes for this race a bit, but these hopes had been dashed when I basically found out that, oh yeah, it's gonna be dry and we don't have a tire change in the middle. This is gonna be just hilarious fun here for me. Surviving on tires that are gonna be dead at the end. We'll have a funeral or two on them. They are running away from a writer, that's at least something. Oh yeah, Iversen getting pole actually is really bad for me because that means he's got 4 extra bonus points for pole position. Which is just the most bullshit thing ever. That they give so many points for pole but like give you only 1 point for fastest lap. I got 1 point for fastest lap at Watkins Glen but I got out-qualified by the McLaren. It's just impossible to win a qualifying session with the Maserati. Except you could just completely dominate everyone. And even if you dominate in the race everyone, it's just not fast enough.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
This is unfortunate. In that sense. He continues to lap 46 flats, like thanks, could you just lap something human? So I was just completely escaping. Because I know you don't have tire drop-off like I have. So could you just lap times that are normal? But yeah, I don't know quite the correct point structure. But I think there's gonna be enough points between P4 and P3 that a 4-point deficit is too much. Although I don't think he's actually won a single race this season. Compared to me. So if we tie, that might still work out for me. Yeah, he is just continuing to do 46 flats, and that's just not possible for me. So I continue to just bleed time for him. He's at least run up to McDonald, which will hold him up for like 2 laps or so. Not sure I can even close down McDonald, however. And again, I would need to actually gap the guy, not just, you know, finish behind him. Although, I mean, if he gets caught up in the pit cycle, it must be good for me. I was about to think, like, when do the GT3s finally come? Yes, there they are. Also, my slightly too high pressures have now turned into too low pressures. I'm smartened. And the Aston gets passed by the Audi. You understood that correctly. Good job, mate. Traffic will play a role here, but it will likely mean that it reduce any gains someone can make on the other one for the most part. Otherwise it doesn't do anything really. Yep, I can see you flashing your headlights. Fucking git, trying to squeeze himself above me. So far I've not incurred too much time loss with the traffic. Actually basically none. But I've been just lucky so far. Able to hold them up when I didn't need them passing me, and when they didn't. Ooh, that was a 7.5. My goodness gracious. Surprised to be sure that it worked. The Maserati has dropped quite a bit of time to me. Yes, I also closed up on the cars in front. Oh, Donald will probably lose out there. He squeezed onto the high side. But he has more straight line speed than Iversen. Let's see how that works for them. I have improved actually my lap time. It's slowly getting down to the 42s. 46, sorry. Oh, brakes, please. Don't quit on me now, but McDonald has quit on me. The abject failure of an Audi driver. Why can't you hold him up precisely long enough for me to catch him? No, you let me get close to him, but don't quite let me pass him. What a nuisance. And what this also means is that I think it's more or less guaranteed that he has enough points at that point to succeed.
Faster cars approaching. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster
Come on, Bullwinkle. Don't squeeze me against the wall, let me... That is hilarious. A Porsche is slower than a Maserati in a straight line. Goodness gracious. Okay, go for the
car on
send.
the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, fuck, that was close.
Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
It's not gonna end well for you, mate.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car behind you.
That was luck because that guy was a split second alongside me. He nearly collected me because of his dive. Nearly did a Morita on did a Lukas on Morita thing.
Car on the right.
Nearly a carbon copy of that.
Gaining on the car ahead is up to 3. Faster cars approaching. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster cars approaching.
And McDonald's just screwed himself over. No, you can't flash him. The guy passed you fair and square there, like the other guy did on me the lap prior. Oh hey, mind if I go up the inside there as well?
Clear on the left.
Pretty sure Pete Jonas was one of the people contending for the pole position there.
Car on the left. Clear on the
Oh,
left.
brakes, please!
Faster car coming up behind.
Ah! No more braking point again didn't work. Fuck off, brakes. Letting me down again when I desperately needed you because I will have to buy him already at this point. Let's try this again. Nope, that was a terrible idea. Because I nearly eliminated the guy, poor guy. To brake early.
All clear. Clear on the left.
That is a hilarious way of overtaking an Audi. Yeah, that was a hilarious way of overtaking someone. With me just like, hey, I brake early, so he goes first, and then I come back to end up the braking zone. I'm just like, well, sorry, but I'm still not stopping. Ah.
Faster car got behind you.
Iversen was again 6 tenths faster than me, lapping his usual 46 ones. Turning so early for turn 1. Fucking disease for me with those long braking zones. You like following a Maserati, I see.
Car on the left.
Okay, at some point you don't. Ah, you don't need to thank me. You could have passed me way earlier. It's just, it's weird. And I mean, if I had turned in, you would have died, so... Oh, he might believe that I've lifted off into the corner. No, I didn't. I broke at my usual points. I'm a Maserati, I need to stop like 5 kilometers earlier. Weather conditions still in 30 minutes dry. Which 30 minutes will be the halfway point, will be the last third then. I don't know why, but I'm actually starting to go faster. Doesn't really make sense. Oh wait, this was a green track at the beginning of the session. Oh wait, rain coming in 30 minutes, rain coming in 30 minutes. Okay. Well, light rain in 30 minutes. We have to watch this, how we play our strategy. Maybe we stay out on dries, like we did in the Enduro. If it's only a short shower, but if it intensifies, because rain in 30 minutes means it's rain for the last 20 minutes. Now we do know technically it's not worth it, but like we have to anyway do a pit stop, and we don't have to swap off the rain tires in 30 minutes. We can just finish with them if it starts raining. So there's that. Right, okay. I have matched Iversen last time around. Also, we're running P3 in class, just to say that. Although we are not really running that much away from McDonald bind. But hey, the tires seem to be halfway holding up the first half an hour of abuse. At least something. Hello there, BMW M4. How are you doing? As the night is starting to set in. You kindly like to start me, finally.
Clear on the right.
Was about to say, was a late breaking point. You nearly collected me there. What are you doing?
Car on the left.
What are you the fuck doing? Holy shit.
Car on the left.
Dives up the air, slows down to slow me down. Because I flashed him. Okay, that's gonna go on the report. I don't think I have much mercy with that shit. Unfortunately for him, I have had to experience something similar to that recently, so I have a absolutely zero tolerance for if you start pulling bullshit like that. I have a 16 seconds on my Reuter now. Rolling. When did I put them up? I think, yeah, beginning of last week. I think I put them up. I had to, not last week, but the week prior. On Friday, I drove a, it was called a shitbox special, where you could only drive old cars, and I drove my Reuter. And during the first race there, one of the screws on the rig broke, so I repaired it over the weekend. And added this a wooden board in the back for rigidity. And I noticed on my first stream, I think on Monday, that the wooden board looked like shed back there. Because it's just like, in German it's called Pressspan. IKEA wood, you could probably call it. Because IKEA uses that a lot. But in that case, there's like a fake wood texture on top. Probably actually a real wood texture. It's just, it's not a wooden board fully, it's just a texture on top. And that didn't look right, so I just taped right now this poster over it to see how it looks, and it looks decent enough. I mean, back when I had my T3PA, inverted T3PAs, I had a keychain dangling off one of the screws That look kind of cute. I've actually hung up that keychain now at the door. That is on the key that is to open the flat. Because wherever keys... that's not said it. In any case... 4259, fuck me. Classic Iversen stuff. So it's absolutely blistering time there. Oh, Blooming is a lap down already. Man, he has absolutely not his day. Like, he was the slowest in qualifying. He's now a lap down. Goodness gracious. I mean, he probably didn't set a lap time in Qualy, but like... He went from having a broken rig and being disconnected out of the previous race to just this. It's like, he's damn competing with me being screwed out of anything. The advantage of this actually is that I'm not risking dropping to P4 on the championship. Because Blooming would be the next guy to take a championship position off me, but he's... Well, he's Blooming, unfortunately. Yeah, GT3 is still passing us actually for position. Still. Because that guy was for position on us. Yeah, Iversen continues to escape in front end. And yeah, this is a poster that I had left over from when I ordered posters from Moserbox. I have 3 posters hanging up on my walls. It's just... I did order... How many, I think? I think I ordered like 4 or 5 or something like that. Here comes the race leader again. I think I specifically picked 4 posters, and I think I put random as well, and got like 3 additional posters or something. And out of the 4, I've only hung up 3 because one of the posters I don't think I want to hang up. It's Project Melody poster. I ordered them early 2020, so it's been a hot minute. Have some really nice cutesy artwork. Ah, this guy's on the inside there.
Clear on the right.
But yeah, I got a few random posters. I think 1 from Surlane, and 2 from Vocaloids. And this is a really nice Vocaloid poster that has like all of the Vocaloids on it. I mean, at least that merch arrived in a reasonable time span in comparison to what I've ordered of Niji Sanji or Hololive, because that shit hasn't arrived. Well, granted, their scheduled arrival is in, I think, September? But I don't think they will make it. I think one of them actually claimed to deliver July, so... Go figure, whatever. Live up. Yeah, I have driven it like once or twice on AC, I think, the car. I've actually driven it on the URLs, actually once only. Driven it on the URL circuits from Underground against some AI. Let's just say the AI actually left me in the dust somehow. No, you're not getting through in this section. I'm sorry.
Car on the
Ooh,
right.
fucking
Clear on
hell.
the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That was way too close. I was like, no, you don't want to go for the dive there, and he went for it, and I was just like, ah, fuck. I mean, this wasn't an ah fuck moment. That was.
Faster cars approaching.
Could ask a blind person, and he would see it. Seconds behind Iversen. Besides him like literally getting taken out or doing a bad strategy call, like I have no inroads on him. And as I mentioned, he was 8 points behind me with heading into this round, effectively.
Behind. Watch out. We're halfway through. Keep it up.
And he has already scored 4 points, but as a matter of fact, that he has put the pole position time in, so I am definitely operating as this one. Also, there is heavy rain in 30 minutes, so do I wanna like? Because I've had thought about like, oh yeah, should I like just stay on dry tires into the rain, or should I? Oh god.
Car on the left. Clear on the
Or
left.
should I change tires? Because I have the 10-second penalty as well. Okay. Everybody has to pit. But you don't have a mandatory tire swap, which makes this relatively interesting. I have more than enough fuel, I just need tires on the car. Probably. We know. I mean, we don't have the time loss actually from going through the pit lane, which is just massive on this track, right? We don't have to consider that, we just have to consider if it's worth standing for 30 seconds there to put fresh tires on. Frankly, it probably is. We'll probably get wet enough for that to be a definite consideration. And we're gonna wait for the rain to start hitting. Obviously. We have fuel to guarantee in, so the main concern is anything but fuel. Obviously this won't allow us to really make any major jumps on the Alpines in front. They are just gone. I think I need to accept that P2 in the championship is not gonna go to me. I was just too unlucky in that sense.
The faster car is approaching. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Starting to actually lose ground on the Audi behind the X.
Slow car ahead.
And now I missed turn road, fuck. Ooh, just about pulled it up. Ferrari uses sand attack, it's not particularly effective. Iversen is actually closing down Qualy in front. Well, maybe he is, maybe not. Critchy is about 18 seconds ahead of me. Iversen about 8. Well, to see how far Maserati is actually behind his teammate McDonald, 15 seconds. Right, so that's going pretty well there.
Faster car is approaching. Watch out.
Ah.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
BMW by, and then comes another BMW.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
Okay. Sure. That happens.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, that's not as intended. I want to have the gap to McDonald up so I can be BMW driven. Yes, it's easy to drive. A really weird spin. It's just lost it under power there and looped it. Really strange because you mainly have understeer for that corner, like a lot of understeer. I mean, perhaps he drove on the curb and I didn't notice it. And then looped it that way. It looked like he was in wet conditions and just put the power down too much. It's starting to look like the race will finish in wet conditions.
Car in front in sector 2.
It's definitely, I think we need to swap over to wet tires for the pit stop.
Faster car is approaching.
Don't want to be stuck out there again.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Might be a bit much cut. No? Okay. Never mind, then we'll just continue on. Thanks, Carl. I just went into drift mode for that corner and didn't want to do it. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Tia is also in the pits. He's one of the guys that passed us in the beginning of the race and got the pass. Brakes, please. Cornerman again, so the BMW that had met and meeting with the ball is now coming back by me. Also, all the GT3s that I've already pitted were basically screwed. Because those guys definitely need to pit again. So, in 10 minutes we will have actually our first bit of rain. Making it about 20 minutes to the end. But we will likely have rain till the actual end of the race. So limping through might be an option for people who have already pitted. For those people who haven't pitted yet, like myself, well, you can come in and put them fresh tires on. Wet tires, obviously. I nearly got hit by the race leader there. Sorry, fam. Actually, he has pitted already. Why did you pit too early? You guys probably didn't take enough fuel. Oh yeah, you have to anyway pit because 60-minute fuel tanks and not GT3s. Nah, I mean, I know from the Ferrari you could run 70 minutes on the fuel tank. Don't on the rotor still behind me, okay. Yeah, Iversen actually, well, Nah, he's not closing really in. Closed in on a GT3 that hasn't passed Qualy yet, so it's not like he's making really much inroads.
The faster car is approaching.
But if they want to ensure that he gets by me, then they can just let him by, but I guess it's fine enough. Due to, if he hadn't been on pole, I think I could have actually still gotten this. Oh, hey there. How are you doing? I'm right on the verge of having a gap stable to my right about. You have a new wheel? When did I not catch that news? In night, right. Yes, there will be rain. In about 10 minutes, in less than 10 minutes, we will see light rain start. So, I still need to implement that onto the HUD overlay, but like, Simap has said a few updates ago that like, oh yeah, we've included for ACC rain. But it's like, I looked at the properties and like, there's no rain. There's still no rain. I just gotta find it like an idiot. So yeah. Need to track that down. Ferrari GT Thrustmaster. So you're using a different rim or a different wheelbase? Because I know you've been using the T500 before with the flappy pedals on the base. Like an absolute madman. And the Ferrari GT is the Alcantara wheel, I guess, not the cheap plastic one that I'm driving with. And here comes the rain.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Fast car is approaching. Car on the left.
And Audi immediately proceeds to fly off. The bow. Come on, you. This time around, did fly off at least. I'm gonna switch the windscreen wiper handler away.
Faster car behind you.
Yeah, I'm aware that I need to probably change the brake. Oh, fuck! The fuck was that? That's like a turbo car. How much oversteer I suddenly got there. Come on, go by.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
I'm pretty sure this thing is naturally aspirated. It doesn't have a turbocharger on it.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Hello GT3s, would you kindly stop fucking with me for 5 seconds? Okay, the Alpines are already in.
Car behind you.
Oh god.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Ooh! I was so lucky there, Jesus! Oh god. Oh wait. I now understand use them for brake bias adjustment. You meant the flappy pedals and the T500. I see. Well, you can use them as indicators. in something like ACC, that would actually be a lot of worse decisions. The problem is, it's like ACC and Euro Truck Simulator are the only two games that have indicators in them. So there's that. I mean, the rain came not that... yeah, it was relatively quick at build-up. But the main reason why this was so intense was because I didn't switch the windscreen wiper on. It really isn't that intense rain. I'm having the... Oh, fuck me, Jesus. There's for some reason like an oil slick there. My car's finding constantly. The game is now telling me wet tire optimum. Should probably come into the pits. Oh no! Pit limiter failure! I'm gonna have a stop go here. Fuck me! Fucking stupid pit limiter. I was sure that... Oh, I forgot to stop the engine. This is fucked. Race is done. Race is done. Fuck! Pit limiter failure. Fuck! Fuck, fuck, fuck. Stupid fucking garbage pit limiter. Absolute garbage fucking thing that completely failed me again. I didn't get down to first gear, so it didn't allow me to engage the pit limiter. I got down to first gear, engaged the pit limiter, disengaged, engaged it again, and it disengaged itself again. For fucking sakes. I mean, I didn't speed by that much for a pit limiter failure, but still, it was probably 56k, and 56k too much. And also I lost a lot of time there, so saving the penalty, so there's that. Right, but 30-second stop go is just, yeah, race completely and utterly done for. It's over. And there's just nothing you can do with 30-second stop go. This is the first time I've been given a drive-through for that. So, I mean, that's still 45 seconds of time loss, which is absolute nuts. And will throw me completely off course, but... But it's at least human, right? At least I can sort of do this, and it's not gonna completely fuck me over. Yeah, it's really annoying, the pit limiter. That pit limiters only engage in first gear. Like, sure, this is great protection for you to not engage them in the middle of the straightaway, but like, it's so annoying when you stop for the line or have a car that has a very short first gear, like this thing. I think with the M4 and the M2, the M4 GT4, the M2, you could drive on the pit limiter in second gear because the first gear is so short on them. But where did I actually cycle out? I actually cycled already out behind McDonald before the pit stop, even by about 9 seconds somehow. I have no idea how he jumped me by that much, despite me. Yeah, I fumbled around with the pit stop, but like, not that much. And I had 10 seconds on him, easied up. So he shouldn't have been that far ahead of me. Yeah, the message box was... I think what happened here is that for some reason the message... why am I coming in? We're not going into the pit box. Yeah, the message box for some reason that shows you to go into first gear, engage the pit limiter and slow down didn't disappear. And it didn't do it this one time either. Which is weird. Because what usually happens is once you slow down... when you're approaching the pit entry, you get a message box telling you to go into first gear, slow down to the pit speed limit. And once you do... engage the pit limiter, and once you do all of these things, the message box disappears. And it didn't till I hit the fucking pit speed limit sign this time around. So that fucked with me here, really. So we're coming out behind Snyder about 8 seconds or so. So that is really strange, because usually that box disappears once you have the requirements fulfilled. Once you have the pit speed limiter engaged, the thing will disappear. So I fumbled up there because I thought I didn't have the pit speed limiter engaged when I had it. And once I hit the pit speed sign, the box disappeared, but the limiter still wasn't engaged. Absolute fumble there. So where are we now? We dropped behind Maserati, Snyder and everything. Hello, Wheelspin. I've made the equation. I'm very well acquainted with you. Actually, probably what happened is that it can't be that he didn't take tires for the wet conditions. It would be so weird if he didn't do that.
Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
Let's hunt at least the Porsche down. It's saying something. Snyder was pretty good at brands, but like outside of that he hasn't been performing much.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
He may be out, I think, on dry tires because I'm gaining relatively quickly on him. I think he pitted early and is now stuck on dries. Just finishing the race off.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
The rain is going to intensify for in the next 10 minutes.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Had to lift there because the GT3 didn't put the fucking throttle down. And I actually dropped time this time around to Snyder, so I guess he's gotten used to his wet tires finally. The last 2 corners I lost a second there, somehow. That's fun. What is scarier? Well, what is... IRS or rain coming in 10 minutes. I will bring a famous quote for that. I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no thank you. But yeah, rain in 30 minutes is definitely a scary message. To say the least. Oh man, he's running away for fuck's sake somehow now. This is fun. I started making inroads and then immediately things be like, nah, you're actually losing right now, bitch. I have to admit not having watched that show, but I am familiar with that specific quote. $52.7 from him in front, so a slight inroad is not enough. I need seconds gains, not tenths. Immediate wheel spin spike there on the gear shift. Ah, come on. Come on, come on. But yeah, I am familiar with my memes, so I know most things just through memes. Ah, this is nerve wracking here. Every single gear shifter didn't correctly engage. This rim is starting to fail on me. Do I want to replace it? Maybe. Yeah, the downshift pedal shifter is just, well, depends on the flavor of the week if it's working or not. My only hope is that he gets held up by traffic, that's about it. But that requires me not to be held up by traffic to gain on him. And well, that is easier said than done. I'm still stuck at about 7 seconds the gap in front. And I can just not make inroads. Audi is leading the race apparently. Oh yeah, because the race leader let pit under before the rain hit, which was massive error for him. I'll just come by, mate.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Pedal shifter really doesn't want to engage right now for some reason. Don't get any tactile really shifts there. It's all complete mush. Yeah, I'm absolutely matching the Porsche, but like I'm not going any faster or any slower. I'm just matching him just to rub salt into the wounds.
Faster car is approaching.
Just to make sure I have a lot of salt in my wounds. To really feel the annoyance there. There's absolutely nothing happening. Coom has been acquired.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Or Com has been acquired. Try to sort of keep this vaguely in some direction. Obviously sliding off the road there like that is not gonna help me at all. Another race to forget. I just make too many. I have too many of such races where it's just doesn't. I have pace sometimes. Be decently competitive, but just Krejci has like the luck, the pace, and doesn't make any mistakes, and a better car. He has cleanly won the championship. And if it's not the car, the one lap pace, and just enough luck. It's really in races here. Whoa! Hello there, I did not expect you to suddenly have snap oversteer there in the middle of the track. Can this race finally be over at this rate? 60 seconds on the next car, it's not like there's any competition really at all. Back here in P6 and GT4. What a terrible result. Casually drifting around the corner there. It's no big business. Alright. Come on. This is dragging on ages at this point. Brakes? Hello, I would kindly like some braking. would like to at some point also rejoin the track.
Faster cars approaching.
I just pass me on the inside. I have nothing to gain. Just get by me. I just need to get to the finish line at this point. It's unfortunate this race. But I mean, in part I expected not particularly good performance, but still, it has been worse than I wanted. My expectations were low, but goddammit. Driving extra slow right now. I just want to complete this race at this rate. Slidey slide. Could you kindly go down the gears?
Falling behind to the car in front in second. Faster cars approaching.
Well, yeah, I mean, getting a drive-through didn't go to plan, but I was fucked before the drive-through already. I mean, I should have finished on the podium, but that's about it. It's like, that's the change, but it wouldn't have changed anything in the championship. Because Iversen would have got me anyway. I was screwed from the get-go in that sense.
Clear on the right.
Especially due to his pole position. Right. Where's the race leader actually?
Leaders on the final lap.
Thank you for informing me.
Approaching. Watch out.
Which means one more time of this track and then I'm finally done with it. I hope to not see you again in like a month at minimum. When you deal with a 24-hour race, despite me only, in quotation marks, driving about 6 and a bit hours of it. I was there long enough monitoring and stuff, so I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this track at all in the near future. And compared to Watkins Glen, it's not as fun of a circuit. Not just because the Maserati doesn't work that well on this one. Because Watkins Glen genuinely is just a better circuit. Oh hey, this is also a track that exists, so I can drive it. I just want this done already. I mean, it's not been my worst season ever. I've had worse season in terms of my luck. Finishing P3 is not too bad, but when I set out to win the championship and it's not even close, that is definitely disappointing. When you know you should be able to match the guy who won it and you just didn't. Can't be left without being like lost potential there. I'm sure if I drove the same car he would probably still win. He just has too little flaws, that guy. Too little. Don't want to hit anything.
We've got some severe damage at the front.
Bump. I didn't bonk it. It's okay. I mean, funnily enough, I did nail the tire pressures on every single. I nailed the tire pressures at the start and I nailed the tire pressures at the end somehow. Go figure. Oh, my replay doesn't save the fucking first lap. Because I have only an hour 15 worth of replay. Because this game doesn't support saving more than that. In one go. In any case, we can still figure out where. Come on, why the fuck is the escape function not working? Why can't you escape on that screen? You have to literally find your pause button to escape. Oh, let's just exit the server. Exit server. Grab the replay. And watch this shit. We're getting. I want to figure out where the incident with the BMW was that headed off the road. Was probably when I was close still. Pretty sure I was past the thinking Maserati at that point already. Not Maserati, sorry. I mean, I think I mean Maserati in this case. Yeah, this is here. I found it already. Found the incident. What the hell did this guy do there? I mean, I can't pull the HUD up. He didn't brake, but he didn't accelerate. I mean, he completely messed up his braking. He did actually finish the race, we have to note here. Completely missed. What else is me here? I back out. He misses his braking completely, overshoots the corner, cuts the circuit like this. All good and fine. He didn't really need to slow down either to like meet Delta or anything. Yeah, this is fun. He has light contact even. Yep, I slightly contact him I think there. Because I did also have like 2 seconds worth of damage, so... that's what happened there. Let's just briefly find... Let's see, can we report stuff already, or can't we? Oh, we can also send someone a message. That's for sure. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't care, don't give a shit, leave me alone. Help me improve as a child. How do you just created? Skill issue, post all your questions here. Fucking hell. Loik, for fucking sakes. God damn it. Oh, that joke. Let me just briefly pull it up, okay? Studio mode, switch to just desktop because okay, it is actually showing the right scene then. Transition. Yeah. Taking the saying, you must have women to your feet, but putting it almost literally. It is beautiful. Okay. Let's tap out of that because I don't want to get banned for like any of the other memes in there. Racing. Alright then, let me switch over. I was. Did I check already this channel? Oh yeah, you need to scroll to the bottom to fucking take a scan. Okay, we need SRXP. Right, where is Mr. Morit? Well, we can just go into the GT4 discussion, I guess. Wait, did Iversen win? I think Iversen might have actually won the race flat out. So because Krejci just congratulated Iversen, so it's like, yeah, okay, Iversen probably won the race itself. Okay, we've done this one. Well, we need to also grab the reporting form, but we can deal with that in a moment. Oh yeah, if you're still here, yeah, I need to probably look over here, perhaps. So, studio mode, clickety click click. Yeah, because I was typing something. Right, okay, we want to briefly, yeah, what messages? Okay, incident window is open. Thank you very much for the incident window. Okay, incident reports. Thank you. So, somebody has already reported something, unless Tim Faye begins and turn here on C. Oh, well, okay. I'm on the pro server. Why the fuck can't I report anything? Past races. Some windows open. But I can't report incidents. Only there is one already. For fucking sake, somebody has cheated the system. And yeah, it is my user profile. I am logged in, everything, but I can't like report an incident myself right now. Oh, oh yeah, the incident window technically only opens at 9:30, so I have to wait another 6 minutes or so. I should briefly note down when the incident occurred, so I can type it all out. Okay, report incidents. Right then. Okay, so we have to. I'm gonna do most likely here is put it on 27, so they might notice something. What's the timestamp again here? Hello. That's 42:27. Okay. 42:27. Which lap is that for me? That is lap 20. Okay. 20, and it involves car 62. Okay then. Well. Yeah, 62, correct. Okay, good. We have everything we need. We could check the pit entry there on that lap. It's not this lap actually. The pit entry was the following lap. Coming in here. Still now pit limiter is engaged, and then I disengaged it, and then I gave. Okay, this is so fast this happens, it's insane. So let's go for half speed. Nah, quarter speed, so I can commentate over this. So we're still in second gear. Somehow engage. Yeah, we engaged the pit limiter as we engage first gear, then disengage the pit limiter. Then notice it, re-engage the pit limiter, disengage it again. Accelerate up to about 60, 62, slam back on the brakes as I noticed the pit limiter wasn't engaged. Engage the pit limiter, and then we're going. Fuck me. How many is that? That is 1 engage, 1 disengage. Another engage, another disengage, and the final engage. And this all happened in about the span of 5 seconds or so. I turned the pit limiter 5 times on and off. And then I forgot to stop the engine. So I stand there for like a short second or two. Right, okay. So that was an absolute failure. I don't think there's really much to look at anymore because we can't see the overtake most likely that I did on Maserati because that was prior to the replay cutting off, unfortunately, I think. Yeah, Maserati's behind me, so it's a few laps or so. No, actually, yeah, because the road has already passed the Lunetta, so this is a few laps into that for sure. Yeah, the claim is actually that he won the race. Yeah, Iversen won the race over. Yeah, but that back end of that Alpine doesn't look too healthy anymore. Oh man. But yeah, he actually won this race. So I was more fucked even. Yeah, I think it's his first win in the season, so it's not too bad. Well then. I mean, we could perhaps hang around to do an LFM race, but I think I'm done for tonight. I think I'm honestly just done. So, we still have to wait before the incident form technically opens. Technically speaking. Report an incident, and technically the form should now finally open up correctly. Nope, still can't report any incidents, the button is just gone. Thank you very much, fucking form here. And I can't restart my browser because I have my chat attached, so actually I can this attachment to chat. I can remove it out of my overlay for a moment, because we're ending the stream anyway. Come on. Come on, controllers. So, turn this on, switch over to this. I have to constantly just keep actually spawning this window for some reason, because the newest update seemingly makes it that my window in the last overlay I used just disappears for some reason. Don't know why, it just does now. It was really annoying from OVR Toolkit that I was broken. But that's what I expect. Sometimes the software is kind of broken. So, well, where do we have? So we want to close the chat and then we want to restart the browser briefly. Nope, still no incident report button for me. Yeah, the incident form still doesn't want to work. It's just so annoying at this point. Because somebody has reported something and after that the form doesn't work anymore. Yeah, right, something they also suggest is logging out and logging back in. I forgot about that part. Connect using Discord, thank you very much. Authorize. I've authorized this once already. Thank you. There's new stuff in the rules. That's interesting. So to open. Can we now find? No, we still can't report incidents. For fuck's sakes! I've literally logged in, logged out. Any changes or something? Nothing I can see really here. For me. Oh yeah, 9:30 would technically mean the incident form was already open for an hour. You could have reported incidents before the race was, well, done. Well, actually, it is dated here over for... no, it's 7 PM, so time forms are here. Correct. It's actually correct for my time zone. Okay, it is kinda annoying that I have to wait for this shit. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. Okay, the results are fetched now from the AM server. I guess it's maybe waiting for the results. Although somebody was able to, like, you know, file a report already, for fuck's sakes. This is a question of patience here, really. This meme can be shared in the meantime. What's the meme section here? You gotta treat Unity like a fine woman. That is crazy as well. You know, she won't behave unless you sacrifice a chicken before the process. God damn it. Somebody said that. And he's in a quote channel. He's like, well, I got quoted on the Discord. But I mean, he has said some absolutely funky shit. Come on. We can do this. It's still waiting to fetch the results of the pro server. Waiting. Oh great, the results on the SGP page have bugged out, so we're probably not gonna have any fucking gonna have to wait for the results to fix themselves on SGP. Yeah, apparently this race hasn't happened, so I mean that would be convenient for me, I guess. Well then, I do need to save these dates so I can actually, you know, report it in a later date, because this is not gonna be reported anymore today. This ain't gonna happen, chief. Alright then, okay. That's that for tonight. Yeah. I think we've done everything now. There's not much more to say. Oh yeah, I haven't checked actually my chat out. Chat has like broken on this thing here. Or it's still loading, I guess. Nah, it's just nothing has been said there. Good, well then. Clickety clackety click. Let's end this. Bye bye.